Good morning, children. Today let's begin a new lesson, Journey to the End of the Earth by Tishani Doshi. It is the third chapter of the Vistas of English Core of Class 12. Before we start the lesson itself, let us get to know our author, Tishani Doshi. She was born in 1975. And what may be her age now? Yeah, you have guessed it right. She is just 45. She is a poet, a journalist, a novelist, and you'll be surprised to know a dancer as well. You can see her face on the screen. See how young and dynamic she looks. Here is a profile of Tishani Doshi. As I said, she is a writer and a dancer, and therefore a very versatile personality. She was born in Chennai to Welsh mother and a Gujarati father. Welsh are people coming from the Wales, one of the constituents of the United Kingdom. She studied business administration and communications from the US. She moved to London in 1999 for her studies and for working as an assistant to the advertisement department of Harper's and Queen magazine. In 2001, she returned to India, where she became a dancer with the choreographer Chandralekha. She works now as a freelance journalist, contributing to various newspapers such as The Guardian, the International Herald Tribune, The Hindu, and the New Indian Express. Recently, I have had the fortune of having read some of her articles from The Hindu. Now you can have a live experience of watching and listening to Tishani Doshi from this YouTube video.
Wonderful to be here. I'm going to do the revolutionary act of offering you 3 poems. The first one is for you, dear readers. It features the poet as a mosquito. Forgive me the mosquito symbolism, but I spent most of my life in this city, so I have a very intimate relationship with the mosquito. And as it happened, I was awoken one morning by a mosquito buzzing in my ear, and I had this sense of recognition that that's what my job is as a poet. To go and find as many ears as I can, to make a lot of noise and buzz around in them, and to awaken you in some way, but hopefully not to pass on any life-threatening diseases. So this poem is for you. It's called Contract. Dear reader, I agree to turn my skin inside out, to reinvent every lost word, to burnish, to steal, to do what I must in order to singe your lungs.
And now, before we go on to our lesson, let us just work up our imagination. Let us work up our creativity and our previous knowledge. In the middle you have 2 of the pictures that are given in your textbook, and you know the title of the lesson, Journey to the End of the Earth. From this available information, can you make a guess about the theme of the lesson? Or in other words, what do you think are the ideas that are going to be discussed in our lesson? You can see a ship, you can see penguins, you can see ice, large areas of ice. Yeah, you have guessed it right. It is about a journey to one of the polar regions. Now, the title Journey to the End of the Earth is quite similar to 2 other titles, Journey to the Center of the Earth and Around the World in 80 Days, both novels by Jules Verne. In Around the World in 80 Days, Jules Verne takes you around the world for a tour around the world. Whereas in Journey to the Center of the Earth, Jules Verne takes you through the earth. It is a scientific journal, scientific novel, It is a scientific fiction. These days, a lot of suspense is created with car racing and shootouts, whereas Jules Verne creates suspense with his imagination and science. Journey to the Center of the Earth is a must read for all students who love science. With this background, let us go on to our lesson. Let's see whether our imagination or what we thought about the lesson, our guess about the lesson is right. I have divided the lesson into 7 paragraphs, not necessarily according to the paragraphs given in the lesson. In other words, in the lesson there might be more paragraphs, but some of the paragraphs I have grouped together, and that thereby reduced them to just 7 paragraphs. So the first paragraph begins with the introduction to the lesson. If you want to know more about the planet's past, present and future, Antarctica is a place to go. Bon voyage. Early this year, I found myself aboard a Russian research vessel, the academic Shokalsky, heading towards the coldest, driest, windiest continent in the world, Antarctica. My journey began 13.09 degrees north of the equator in Madras and involved crossing 9 time zones, 6 checkpoints, 3 bodies of water and at least as many ecospheres. By the time I actually set foot on the Antarctic continent, I had been traveling over 100 hours in combination of a car, an aeroplane and a ship. Now the remaining part, I request you to read yourself silently. All of you should have your textbook with you. I'll give you just a few seconds to read that part, and then you should work out or look for the words whose meanings are given on the right side. You have to search for only those words which are available in the paragraph.